Shannon found that she was pregnant. A frightening situation when you're 18 years old and not married. She could have easily spared herself the risks of embarrassment, hardship, rejection, and grief by going down to the local abortion clinic and doing away with the child in her womb. Instead, she chose to persevere through the pregnancy, give life to the child in her womb, and place that child in a healthy family through adoption. A young couple heard about her. Since they couldn't have children, they excitedly decided to adopt her. She was the joy of her adopted parents. Aren't the 1.3 million babies that have been aborted within this past year just as special as that little girl was? Certainly, but some justify this heinous act by saying that the baby in the womb is not viable or is just a blob of tissue. However, there is undeniable evidence that the practice of abortion is, in fact, the intentional and cruel killing of a precious, defenseless, unborn child. Taking someone's life at any stage of development is morally wrong. But who is to decide when the baby in the womb becomes viable? Let's pick a time when we know that his life begins. Say the day he was born. Of course he's alive the day he was born. How about the day before that? Yes, and the day before that, and so on. Yes, in fact, as we can see, there's only one time when we know that his life begins. It begins at conception. There is no other reasonable explanation. David testifies in Psalm 139, 13 through 14, "You formed my inward parts. You covered me in my mother's womb. I will praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knows right well." Galatians 1:15 states, "But God chose me before I was born. By his loving favor, he called me to work for him." Do you remember me telling you about Shannon, the 18-year-old, who got pregnant out of God's design, but chose life for the child in her womb? I am Shannon's baby, and I am so grateful to her. I now speak out for life, exposing abortion for the atrocity it really is. Today, I have life because of God and Shannon's beautiful choice. Abortion is cruel, and killing the child in the womb is also an assault against God, the giver of life. Abortion is killing 3,000 babies every day in America. Some are killed because they're girls, some because they're disabled, and some because they're the wrong race. Discrimination kills. Every life is precious and deserves to be protected. We must end abortion now. The Lord has set before us life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore, choose life, that you may live, you and your descendants. Thank you.